Welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video. Today we're finally going to do Calumet 16 year. I've seen these around, but only for really dumb over MSRP prices. Now MSRP on this is $150, but I was seeing these things around $200, which, sorry, not paying $200 for a bottle that I haven't tried yet and don't know is friggin' wonderful. Now, I actually found this for under retail, which, that's how I like things. Now, over the weekend, I tried this. As you can see, there's a little bit missing. I tried it, and my initial thoughts were that I wasn't super impressed. It was, yes, very oaky. I mean, it is a 16-year-old, probably Barton whiskey, and it was a little rough, and it had a little bit of a funky barnyard note to it that I don't love. So let's see if it opened up in the past 48 hours and turned into something amazing. Now, I really liked Calumet 15. I don't at the second have one, but I'm going to be grabbing a 15 and a 14. And in a future video, I'm going to do the three line up next to each other and really suss out the differences that each of those year of maturation has made to the whiskey. So let's jump into this one, see where it's at now. I may actually revisit this again in a future episode because from what I'm hearing from other reviews, from people that I trust, that after a few weeks, this gets even better. So I'm probably gonna do that and follow up on this in a standalone video in a few weeks, and just to kind of see how much it changed and kind of reference back to this video and compare. So let's just do it. I've talked a lot and I'm not smelling whiskey. It has gotten better than 2 days ago. The barnyard note is still there, but it's turning into a more vanilla sweetness and less of that barnyard funk. So I'm excited that the people telling me to give this bottle time to air are correct, and that's what I would hope. Lots of caramel, lots of vanilla, hint of nuttiness. There is a very dense sweetness hanging out behind those darker barrel char oak kind of hefty notes. I'm definitely picking up some fruitiness, a little grapiness, a little strawberry. Loads of cinnamon. Let's taste it. It's very densely oaked. So if you're not a fan of a lot of oak on a bourbon, this may not be the cat for you. It's very oaky, very dark molasses, very cinnamon on wood. It's woody. That barnyard note is really subsiding, even as I just drink it here from when I first smelled it to now, after having a sip. That's giving way to a more sweet, lustrous kind of feel. My palate is totally cool with a lot of oak. I like a lot of oak, not as much as like Elijah Craig 18, but I really like oaky whiskeys. I like Woodford Double Oaked. I like a bunch of other extra aged bourbons that present oak forward. So the oakiness on this doesn't bother me. It is strong though. The sweet stuff is coming forward, but I have to say, it's very oily, very oily. I have to say, as you may have noticed, this is not a wiggle whiskey. This is not a whiskey that puts me in my feels and makes me dance. It's very good. It's very oaky. It's got a lot of nice heft to it, but it's not lighting up my senses like a night in the forest. It's just not. It's great, and I'm hoping it turns into something even more magical. And I may actually decant this bottle. I might do that. I might pour this sucker out into a decanter and let it sit for a little while and then pour it back into the bottle and see if that speeds up the process of opening this thing up and unlocking something special. It's 106 proof. It's no slouch, 53%. It's a batch of 19 barrels. They call it single rack black. And, it's named for a horse citation. That's their new thing that they're doing on these. But anyway, it's interesting. You know what? Let's do this. I have old Sammy Houston 15-year, 103 proof, so a little bit lower proof, a year younger, and this is from the same stocks. These are, for all intents and purposes, the same whiskey in different batch sizes. This is a blend of 3 barrels. That's a blend of 19 barrels. This was a Florida batch 1. 15-year, of course, bottle 490 out of 528. And these are the same whiskey. This one's a year younger, smaller batch size. And let's just see if they went too far with the 16 compared to the 17. Oh. The nose on my Sam Houston 15 is right now spanking the tail off of the Calumet 16. This one's been open longer, so it does have the benefit of more air interaction. So maybe not a fair test. Maybe we'll check back again. But this is bubblegum, literal candy canes, cinnamon cream, just fruity to death. Also very oaky. I gotta say, this is better to me on the nose, but I think this is actually a little bit better on the palate. It's got a little more dimension to it. Yeah. The 16-year has a couple extra gears that my Sam Houston 15-year just doesn't quite have on the palate. It's just got less notes. It's a shorter chord. It's a shorter stanza, if you will. Huh, yeah. Okay, so the Sam Houston to me smells a little better on the nose. That could be because of that barnyard funkiness that hasn't quite gone away on the Calumet yet. So I'm going to give that some time and open up, and I'm going to do an update on this. But is it worth $150? Would I buy another one? That's probably a better way to put it. Would I buy another one when this one's gone? No. I'm glad I have it. I'm glad I get to try it. I'm glad I get to share it with my patrons. And that's what I'm going to do with it once I've done my updates and let it open up and get hopefully as nice as it can before I share it. But would I buy another one? No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. It's good, but it's just not that good. Is it worth $150? I think there's stuff that's cheaper, that's better tasting. Now, where else can you get a 16-year-old bourbon for $150? You can't. But it's just not that great to be worth $150+. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, I hope you have a great day.